There we are. Yo everyone, and welcome to the stream. It is I, your Captain Ren Clomos, Space Wizard Pirate Extraordinaire. Welcome, welcome. Today, we are streaming some Final Fantasy XIV, and that is a problem because look at how laggy this model is whenever I have to render my game. This feels like a GPU upgrade that I need. I kind of want to run a dual streaming setup, but like how do I explain it? To do a dual streaming setup, I would have to need more depth space. And I don't have that. No snack today for the stream, so nothing anyone can find to get sponsored by. Let me lower this. Yeah, there we go. How are y'all liking the extreme lag on this freaking on the stream? Anyway, today we're just going to be heading through the Endwalker MSQ from what is it? Yeah, from 84. We're going to be doing 84, I think. 84 quests. Hopefully it all works out fine. Like nothing crazy goes on. Except in the story. Yeah, sorry, my brain is kinda not working as intended. Anyway, let's just head over into it. Let me just double check my audio mixing. Here we go. Everything's looking good. Okay, let's head to the freaking Sea of Stars, which is crazy. It's like an offshoot from Garlemald. Mar Lamentorum. I love the Amaranth theme so much. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite songs from the soundtrack. So hearing the motif for it in here is really cool. How do I get through? So we just walk around. Can't believe we're on the moon. Game is so wild. What did Fandaniel want us to do? Oh, Fandaniel wanted us to defeat Zodiark so that we'd go out of balance again, right? Is that what happened? In Shadow's Wake. gear they're going to give us is going to be better. Yeah. The Watcher would discuss grave matters with you. Before we speak at length, I believe a change of surroundings is in order. I have more than ill tidings to share, you see. I sensed others arriving not long ago. Though my communications with Heidelin have grown infrequent, I have learned enough from her to know these are your comrades. And as luck would have it, they have already reached my abode. Come, let us join them. The Watcher's Palace. Oh, there's a dungeon called the Wanderer's Palace, right? Yeah, there it is. Glad I have my mock pendium. Okay, what do I need to do? Damn to Pour Hard and The Hunt. I'm, like, slowly collecting my Mog Tomes. I kind of only want the earrings and stuff. Hello, everyone. I see you've made it. Yo. Hello, Yashola. Thank goodness you are unharmed. I wouldn't say that. We did what we could to subdue the Tempered before making our way here. Not without casualties, unfortunately. Some detonated explosives, killing themselves and others. The contingent's healers had their hands full tending to the injured and enthralled when we took our leave. Lest you wonder, Mistress Kryl hath also been delivered unto their care. Serving as a conduit for Heidelin's power hath taken its toll, but she will recover in due course. As for Alphino and Alice, they insisted on remaining in Garlemald while we three rushed to your aid. It appears, however, that matters here have already come to a conclusion. Wow, he's just not saying anything. But what manner of conclusion, if I might ask? And is this ally whom Heidelin bade you seek out? He is not unlike the shades of Emerald. Not unlike, perhaps, but not the same. I was created by Heidelin, together with this place. It has ever been my duty to keep vigil over Zodiark, or rather, it was my duty. Yeah, Daniel kind of released that thing into the world, and I had to destroy it, and that kind of just upset the balance of the entire star. Sorry about that. The Zodiark is no more? And not without consequence. I am afraid, for now the delicate weave of the star, preserved by his presence, will begin to unravel. You mean to avert the final days? You shall have need of... Uh-oh. The anti-Heidelin magic has started to come in and absolutely annihilate this guy's being. Not great. Absolutely not great. My attempts to forestall Zodiark's release have all but exhausted my strength. If you might allow me to rest a short while, I will share with you all I can. Please do. You need not exert yourself on our account. This crystal contains records of your time here, yes? May we peruse them while we wait? By all means, if you would review them chronologically, might I suggest beginning with those on the upper floors? I'll leave that to you, Ren, while I see what can be gleaned from the crystals on these lower levels. This guy's huge. Pillar of Industry. Oh! I grab myself a scythe? Is it worth the price? 533. How about the gear? Also 533. Sometimes I like looking at the gear to see if I can grab any of the stuff to make nice glamour. Single die channel. Yeah, like I've been collecting Aurum Veil pieces because I think they can do really well in a glam. They're pretty nice pieces. I was thinking of using them in my ninja glam, but the issue with that is that I already made my glamour a black and gold type deal, and the Aurum pieces are undyeable, but they're black and silver. Well, they're undyeable and they're black and silver. Hello, Urianger. Dimly glowing crystal. Ancient knowledge of Zodiac flows through your mind. No abnormalities detected. Records of a long, lonely vigil on the moon dating back to the beginning of Zodiac's imprisonment. Oh, I did a thing with my character. I turned off the auto sheath your weapon when you're out of combat, and I did the pose change so they all have the resting weapon stance. Pretty cool. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past calamities flows through your mind. The records described how with each rejoining, Zodiac's thirst for freedom grew, as it did a strain on the brands. Maintaining Zodiac's imprisonment appears to tax idling greatly. You gaze into the crystal. Knowledge of past rejoinings flow through your mind. The records described the Watcher's efforts to prepare in the event Zodiac broke free from his prison. The records go on to describe maintenance carried out regularly with the Loperids, though it is not clear who or what they are. You gaze into the crystal. A record of an unexpected visitor flows through your mind. The record notes the Watcher's musing when Elidibus is spotted on the moon, though clearly not for the first time. It is clear he and his brethren have a keen interest in freeing Zodiac from his prison, and yet they have made no attempt to destroy the brands. Perhaps they prefer he remain hidden from mortal eyes until the final rejoining. Perhaps they realize he would never dare bring harm. Perhaps they realize we would never dare bring harm to Zodiac so long as he remains imprisoned. Game's great. Did you learn anything of import? Explains. So it is as we suspected, maintaining the brands require a great deal of her energy and focus, and its cost has grown higher with every rejoining. It would explain why contact with her has become rather infrequent since the 7th Umbral Calamity. I too made a rather startling discovery. This heavenly body we know to be the moon was in fact created by the Hydaelyn. When the Watcher said he was created together with this place, I thought he only meant this facility. Truly, Hydaelyn's power are far beyond anything I could have imagined. Absolutely insane setup. I thank you for affording me this short reprieve. Is it reprieve or reprieve? I think it's reprieve. I could be wrong, though. I need to whip out a dictionary.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiark and his imprisonment, but perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before and comes now again.
Ooh. Mood flashback. Long ago, before the Great Sundering, there was but a single world, Aetherius. Aetherius? Aethirus. One day, from within the earth, a terrible cry issued forth, affecting a profound change in all manner of life. We were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampant, giving shape and form to thoughts of hopelessness and despair. At first, the phenomenon was limited to a single region. But quickly, so very quickly, it spread and engulfed the whole star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
He said no. They were not. However, the convocation struck upon a method to predict where next the corruption would manifest. Oh, that? The etheric energies which flow through all of creation in the form of various currents. The currents which course through the land and seas. Those which flow through the very air. And those of celestial nature which encompasses both our star and this moon. So ley lines and aether current.
Currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
So interesting. Nor would I expect you to be. Few scholars of our time knew of their existence. Their invaluable knowledge helped us to better understand the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of earth and air, celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal distribution is not consistent. The convocation soon realized that the inciting incidents occurred in regions where the flow was weakest. Correlation without clear cause, ultimately. Nevertheless, on closer study, a stagnancy of ether was observed in nearby currents.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiark conceived. No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Precisely. With the advent of Zodiark, our end was averted.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiac's power as a threat. Is that true?
Indeed. There was a faction opposed to Zodiac's creation, but their aim was never to unmake him. They understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence. Until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days, he would need remain, for his departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces once more. Hydaelyn recognized this as well, so rather than destroy, she sundered Zodiark, herself, and the star into lesser reflections that she might confine him in this place. And what she told me the ethereal sea was false? She was sworn she beseeched me to banish the darkness. Yeah, top path. Perhaps she did, but as with all beings, intent is not always in accord with spoken word. Hydaelyn and Zodiark are both constructs of man, approximations of perfection limited by our own imperfections. Zodiark was, without question, the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half of Aetherius' population. Thus, was it necessary for Hydaelyn to commit herself wholly to his defeat? Still more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the brand's taxed her greatly. With what power she dared spare, she cried out to any who might listen and offered her blessing to those who heeded her call. Though it was likely within her power to do so, I believe she did not wish to speak of Aetherius and her history. Like Zodiark, Hydaelyn's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wish to look into the future and not linger in a prison of the past.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
I'm leaned in.
In light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words. And even if Hydaelyn is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that. Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days.
What would happen?
Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
The nomenclature is more fitting than you know. Uh-oh. Bring ruin to the source, and its reflections will share in its fate. Uh-oh. It is ready. This way, if you would be so kind. Beautiful sight, is it not? Was that building always there?
Yes, but what is it?
Hydaelyn knew better than any that her power was not absolute. Indeed, she has ever struggled to hold Zodiark and his faithful at bay. She feared the worst, so she made preparations. In the event of his demise, there would be a contingency. This moon is more than a prison. It is a vessel capable of bearing the people of Aetherius to safe harbor. Is the moon a spaceship? Is that what's going on? You need not go far to find its pilots. In fact, I should happily take you to them. Fulfill my final duty as Watcher in the Dark. Insane setup. The moon is a ship? Yeah. Crazy. At long last, the Watcher is ready to fulfill his final duty. Time has come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lamentorum, where Zodiac was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed, however. Let us call upon Argos, the familiar whom you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. As Eidolon created me as Gowler. Gowler? So too did she create Argos as the guard. It is his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange, perhaps the imbalancing of ether has affected him. Let us make for the crushing brand, and attempt to call him there. You need but recall the path you walked to Argos before, you'll find your way. He labors in the service to Eidolon's plan. I see no reason to not do as he asks. Shall we make for this crushing brand, then? Bonk. Let's see if I remember the path. I think it's through here? Aha! You know, the imprisoned, like, ancient beings in this game are so cool, like, as a visual, that they had to do it so many times. Is there an ether current around here? No. Had to walk all the way around. The place we seek is just ahead at the Chlorophora. You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. It would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. We're going into the Ether Cave. Uh-oh. I accidentally pulled 2 mobs. This place is nice. Hmm. Thancred has the wrong idea about Argos. Yes, here will do nicely. The lunar spongy draw ether from the ground, which is then dispersed in the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the spongy along? Lunar spongy. Fungi? So cool. I don't know what to say about the game, besides the fact that it's really cool. Hello, Argos. Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. Most fascinating creation of Heidelin. Would you not agree? Should the need arise, he is able to even create reflections of himself on a whim. So I assure you, it is no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. So Argos was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when he last showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it is more than a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. For your companions, unexpected but greatly appreciated. I believe we are all ready. Then let us return outside that you may cross the chasm. Something. The moon! What is it? Minions! Tonight we steal the moon! Or whatever. I could go rewatch Despicable Me. I should watch K-Pop Demon Hunters. I heard it was really good. Something more intimidating than man's best friend. Favors you with an almost conspiratory grin. Your destination is a structure across the Cradle of Darkness. But climb into Argus's back and he will take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber in the events of Zodiac's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways, but know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side. Perhaps it would be best if we did not go all at once. I propose 2 cross first while Thancred and Urianger wait here. Ride Argos across. Onwards! With Lithic Ether, Prometheus the creator, remembrance the Zodiac must like. Cinematic cutscenes in this area are so good. Just a little further. Woo! Baby! This place looks so cool. The structure is enormous, though it is hardly unsurprising given the size of the average Emeraldine. Apologies for the wait. Right then, let us head inside and... oh? Most intriguing. Means by which he conserveth energy, mayhap? Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account, helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argos. We'll take things from here. If Argos is to remain without, let us not keep him from waiting over long. Oh, hey! Giant ETH. Whoa! Whoa, look at this place. This is huge.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Oh! Cuties! Rabbits on the moon! Oh! They were adorable. Hopefully they're not annoying whenever we have to talk to them.
Look lively, everyone! I know, this 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance, for Zodiac, alas, is no more. As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose, to bear the people of Aetheris to safety. Our time has come, my friends! We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstations to be immaculate. And don't forget to relay our signal to Aetheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
Oh, they animated them so bouncy.
Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps.
Perhaps.
A hairy They must be the Loperites mentioned in the Watcher's records. Not at all what I expected, but the Watcher did bid us heed their counsel. I assume the one who gave that rousing speech was their leader, so we might have to ask about in order to track them down. Come on then, let us be about it. Ouch. This place is crazy! Crazy. There's an ether current here. Wow, you can see another layer underneath here. Around here, right? Where is this ether current? Is it underneath us or above us? It's on a different layer somewhere. Trading way. Hello, Chipper Lolo Pit. Leader of the crew? Not me, I'm afraid. Singing Way is the name. In charge of construction and maintenance of atmosphere circulation system. Only the crispest, cleanest air for the people of Aetheris. And that's a promise. I wonder... where is Shared Fate? There it is. I've only done a bit of Shadowbringers, and I still haven't finished all of them. I really should. Slipping away my job. Perhaps I'd better ask. So much stuff here. Hi, welcome! Welcome to the stream! Snappy Lowerop Loperat. What? How in the... When did you get here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told? Were you the one giving orders earlier? Me? Oh yes, of course. As the only one here capable of doing anything properly, it falls to me to take charge of the others. Well, looks like you beat us here. Friends, I take it? Is this all of them? A group comprised entirely of children. What must their parents be thinking? This is a nursery after all, though perhaps we should build one. Or did we build one already? No matter, you needn't worry your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. Look at this me, we shouldn't be standing around gawping. I must take you to meet the others. Are they under the impression that we're still unthundered? If you run along the back towards the entrance, you'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way to reach it, but it's the large glowing ball at the center if you find yourself lost. I shall gather the others and meet you there. Well then, back to the upper floor it is. Across the back? I can't believe the moon is a shit. The game's freaking crazy, I love it. Moon sail. Nope. So that would be the backside of it then. This game is insane. Like, what do you mean I'm on the moon, huh? Oh, I'm hopping up. Jeez. My mind is, like, blanking right now. I'm just playing the game to try and, like, figure out what's going on. Travel. Ether current. Eyes Labyrinthos. Should be around here. There it is. Hello. Yeah. The game is sending you to walk up and down. More to the east. Wait. Is there another one around here? Probably far off. Let's actually just get back to the quest. Yeah, it must be inconvenient to have to walk everywhere to get to a quest. I understand why they do it though, because it would make the game boring. Systems like this make you actually take in the geography and architecture and stuff. Okay. What is this place, actually?
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. Ahem. My name is Livingway, and we are the Loporrits, created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Atheris to a brave new world.
Loporrit, okay.
More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Livingway's the name. Map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it.
I don't know how I feel about their voices.
The people
Weird.
of Atheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiac's obliteration. Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents said to you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations.
Your date is a bit out of date.
Still not following? No? Very well, I shall elaborate further.
Have they not checked what happened to the star after?
Here, we have Atheris, your home, and the moon, where we are now.
Is Atheris the name of the planet?
Without Zodiac around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Atheris, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected. Imagine, if you will, that Atheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Atheris, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star.
Huh.
Easier said than done, admittedly, for one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim. Which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
I wonder what the old Charlian's doing.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Hydaelyn. Back in the old days, when she was still just Fanart, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings.
Oh.
And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
This lore is
There's
interesting.
certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the
Outside
challenge.
help? Wait a minute.
Help? From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you
Charlians.
sent us.
It's the
What better way
Charlians!
to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges? Ah, but you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women, and I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon?
Heidelin? Yeah, we had to go fight Zodiark.
Heidelin herself led you here.
Yeah.
You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Like little baby carrot people.
Well, Amarotines were a great deal taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
Yeah, crazy.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher?
No, yeah, for sure.
Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
You know, when I was at Anime Expo, I was thinking about getting Larapet. Larapet? Larapet. I was thinking of getting their playing card set, but it was like $32.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Atheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages.
Lapret. Okay.
I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it?
Oh, look at them. They're having a breakdown.
Building way, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy. Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale. All of them. Yes, all of them, and but me no buts. See to it with all speed.
Oh no.
Perhaps you could tell us a
Horrible.
bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
Absolute crazy work. Zoomy panic? Yeah. I see the pieces lining up. Because the Gleamers in Old Charlian were picking up like suitable flora and fauna that could be like easily rebred and like feed people. So maybe that like ancient knowledge, that ancient like job that we're given was to help the Larapet the Larapets create like a ship to save the world, I guess? Oh my goodness. I can feel it lining up, but I can't know for sure. Huh. taste of the moon. With the final dates fast approaching, Living Way is keen to complete her preparations. Right then, now that you're here... Oh, shoot. I'm messing around with some dice I have. Just dropped one onto the ground. Okay. Now that you're here, we need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before the final days are upon us. All in their terrible grandeur, it's imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers to be. Is there anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. And address it we shall. Here at Bestaway Burrows, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. Ahem. We have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you all worked up an appetite. Why don't we start with the foodstuffs? Meet me at the Caratorium. You'll see about filling your bellies. The Caratorium? He does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of Aetheris rotting its core being a matter of course is rather concerning, though. Nevertheless, let us take this opportunity to learn more of the Loripits. The Loripits? The Loperites? There it is. The Loperites and this vessel. Seems insane. Absolutely insane setup for this game. Crazy. Wow, I am nowhere near done with this set of levels. Endwalker is crazy. There's so much story content in this game. Freaking love it. It's insane. And I'm still so behind because I haven't even touched Dawnbringer yet. Not Dawnbringer. Is it? Dawn Trail, that's what it is. Is it through here? How do I get down there? Do I have to fall and then head down? Is there a staircase down from somewhere? Back there? How in the world? I am... confounded. And puzzled. And bloomied. Wait, is it just through that door? I'm gonna follow this person. Can you get through here? Open sesame! There it is. This place is huge. Oh my goodness. Whoa! That crystal looks so cool. It's like the one at the end of Eden. Oh. These robots are kinda distracting. Oh, how do I get up there? Actually, through here. Okay. Living way and cooking way. Let me in! Give me the ether current. I want to fly. There we go. Welcome to the Curatorium. The naming convention is I'm having my brain, like, what is it? Freaking brain blast. Welcome to the Curatorium, where we create prototypes of various sun trees required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of Foodstuff Productions. Cooking Way, pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labor, we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I have learned about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the rest material we received. Why? I've practically worn the words from these invaluable pages. If I have a feeling we might end up with an Archon Love situation. Naturally, we've also considered the ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. There we go. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up, and we were all quite famished. Hop along the platforms here, and you'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. A small room for improvement. I really hope that they're actually decent cooks. I wouldn't want to disappoint them. Rainbow-colored assortment of carrots. Take the unassuming orange carrot. From front to tip, no scratches or blemishes mar this immaculate specimen. Needless to say, if not for its excessive length and girth, one might think it was an ordinary carrot. Let me eat this carrot, yes. Second thought, you simply elect to take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it's safe to eat first. Did any of our selections set your mouth to watering? Obscenely large carrot. Even Vieira are like to swoon at the sight of so grand a carrot. That, or be offended by those who assume that they would. It's a fine choice, one of my personal favorites actually. Please dig in, I'm eager to hear what you think. Eat the obscenely large carrot. For Chippinette, you need to take a bite of the carrot. There's a satisfying crunch. You sink your teeth into the orange skin, and a warm tingling sensation runs down your spine. With a second bite, a wave of euphoria washes over you down, and you drown in bliss. Alas, as you finish, elation fades, leaving you with a desperate craving for another carrot. Carrot of happiness buff? What do you think? Unlike anything you've ever tasted, yes? The carrot of happiness is full to bursting with nutrients and guaranteed to leave you feeling satisfied. It's a staple among us Laurapit. Loperit. Oh, I'm gonna mess this up every time I say it. We have plenty of other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. I can certainly see demand for this in Charlian. What if I don't like carrots? These carrots are extraordinary. Yeah, they are very nice. Absolutely crazy. It's like those sci-fi nutrient bars. And why do you seem so disappointed? If they're lacking somehow, we need to know. I take it you had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and not else? I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Etheris? Surely you're aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you can emulate. Of course we are, but, well, it was only quite recently that we established contact. You've been holding a conversation with this struggle at first, so I imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for that encyclopedia I found, we would have been at a loss where to begin. So we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. That's all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? Because we could prepare the carrots in other ways. But our primary concern was efficiency. And what's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production? Rather strange approach to take for one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. Oh! When we first created, we were all named in the old tongue, you know, that otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watchers speak. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language, adverbs, gurtrons, present continuous verb conjugations, the basics. Then we found terms related to our given task and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore didst thy kind deem such a change necessary? When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. You'd never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. You see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though, if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Etheris as well, you would be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Till such a day, one I pray comes sooner rather than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. They're well-meaning, but they're misinformed. I think everyone, hate to admit it, but I did rather like the carrots, yeah. Well, the elaborates, but Hop had a chance to expound upon carrots in exhaustive detail. Perhaps it's time we moved on. I think Urianger is also seeing the connection. Looking for more carrots? Fear not. You'd eat to your heart's content after you've seen the rest of the Bestaway burrows. Thou the hero. I think we had our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to other necessities, shall we? Our clothing production is sure to impress, by the way. I can feel it. This is where you do all of the crafting and stuff, I think. You run up the slides? Oh, wow. No stairs. Crazy. Oversized clothing. Here we are, apparel production station. Chosen to employ more traditional methods for this task, creation magic. Heidelin, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the self-same affinity for magic her people possess. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but I will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient enough to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized ether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra views we needed. My, how resourceful. Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You'd also be impressed to hear that we read about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For sake of efficiency, I prefer. This has also been taken into account with our designs. But why take my word when you can simply try on our clothes? Make yourselves known to the workers and they'll see to the rest. Worried about sizing? Don't be. It would be a simple matter to adjust our concepts as required. And it will be required. Okay, it looks like there's no more in the Caratorium. You need to hop. You need to hop to get everywhere. I get it. Ah, it's you. One of the visitors from Aetheris. Goodness me, Mapping Way wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than the Watcher. Oh right, you're here to try on a set of clothes, yes? What would you like to fashion for you today? Outfits that embody less something fashionable and refined ensemble. I'm a bit of a fashion fiend in game. Fashionable, right. Damn, this will only take a moment. There, we are all finished. Perfect fit, if I do say myself. To be honest, I know nothing of fashion, let alone fashion on the theorist. But I wager no one down there has ever worn anything like this fine ensemble. Perhaps we can start a new trend. Did you look at that? Speechless, and here I thought you may not like it. If you mind to try something else, why not think with my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'd be happy to oblige. You must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. You can change back to your normal if you move too far away. Look to your map for garment changes area of effect. I mean, I don't mind the mask part. The earrings... That's not an earring, that's an ornament. The mask is fine. I don't think the gloves match the robes, match the skirt, match the shoes. Oh, geez. Yeah, they don't match the shoes at all. We're just taking a tour of the moon. No one said you'd be coming. How can I help you? We should try my clothes, really? Of course, it'd be my honor. Did you have anything in mind? Looking for clothes with an altogether different design? Got anything with more flair? Surprise me! I think I can handle that. Let's see. This should do. Oral print? Some of my best work yet. Relatively new concept incorporating an idea that's never been tried with clothing before. Fragrance! Can you smell the carrots? It's simply divine. Worried how the concept would turn out, but then put to proof, but it looks stunning on you. Won't you go and show Living Way? I'm sure she's rather eager to see what we come up with. I presume all the clothing is well made. The look, however, is an issue. My, don't we look splendid? As a result of much trial and error, I know quality work when I see it. You need to speak. I can see the adoration for the moon and the lava pits in your eyes. Know that your friends feel the same having sampled our creations. Let's see what fashion travesties everyone's come up with. Sorry to have kept you waiting. They insisted we sample all of their concepts ere we returned. Verily, 'tis ensemble most becoming. I feel like those gloves really do work for Urianger, though. It's bad. I think it's past time we return these clothes. So confident our garments would meet your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? The Watcher taught us that in his time, everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. So we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring robes to specific professions, but... Please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Etheirys, they will most certainly have need of your attire. It's clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my taste, even if it is of inferior make. But there are others whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experiences. Period. Rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences. I fear we underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we memorized every tome we received, I doubt we'd fared much better. Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and frippery, thinking it was for your benefit when you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree, people who prefer to keep others at arm's length, even when they know they shouldn't. As one such a former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. Plan to evacuate and escape the final days. Did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Not that I'm aware of. You were born of Hydaelyn's love for Etheirys, and the salvation of the people on that star, and that star alone, has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all? I suppose you're right. Living way. Might we have leave to explore the Bestoway burrows unattended? You have given us much to think about. Why, certainly. Until later, then. They're going to find information that this is Charlian that sent. If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There's actually something I wish to speak with you about. Let us be off, shall we? Fidgeting Larapit. Loperit. My apologies, I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors come from Etheirys, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Etheirys refuse to come? Because we can't save them. It's clear we've made a mess of things. Oh, but wait. You still haven't visited the domiciles. Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is. I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growing Way. By the way, see you soon. Ooh, boy. A mess is a mess. Hello, Growing Way. You're here. You're really here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry, what should I call you? Rand Clomos. Hey, crikey, even your names are amazing. Oh, Rand will be using this teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready. Ooh, I wonder if I can get housing here.
already in the teleporter.
What's wrong with the teleporter?
Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Uh-oh! Did I get sent to a lower level?
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously.
Oh, I got accidentally sent into a private audience.
Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side.
Oh.
The
The love words are so
days
nice.
will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Atheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Oh, quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too. You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
Yeah, that tracks.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
Ah, idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask. Yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up.
Yeah, you kind of sent me over
It's a
here.
bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realised the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
Yeah, I think this is the same thing that happened to Oriange and Mr. Crystal Exarch and Shadowbringers, where he was told the truth and told to keep it from everyone else. gosh, that was embarrassing. I like growing way. I promise I'll be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. Shame you couldn't see it though. You would have really liked it. All's veil that ends veil. Aaron Veil? Okay. I need to go check on something. I will be back real quick. I am back. Thank you for the wait. Okay. How many more quests do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quests. Okay. We're about halfway through in about an hour and a half. I think I can push this. It may not seem like it, but we've been planning for this far longer than I'd care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. But like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But one thing we all agreed on was that the people of Etheirys wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we were striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You've already had a look around the Curatorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the borough. Follow me. Blue quest. True carrot crimes. Carrots is what's for dinner. So that's 2 ether current quests. We get 1 from the MSQ. I'm assuming this other side of it will get the other 2 quests. And then we have 2 regular ether currents left. Pretty sure there's another one in the ship. Yeah. Good, you're here. Through this door is Greatest Ends Veil. It was named as such because it is the veil to end all veils, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand the people of Etheirys enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Although we start with a night stroll to the fountain this way. Watch it be very similar to Charlian. I would not be surprised. Oh, Ah. This is, a nice try? It's a nice try. Oh, I feel bad. I feel really bad. Because they're trying their hardest, but it does not look like it's working out for them. There's one more to the southwest, so it's probably in this area. Yeah. Greatest Ends Vale. It's so interesting. I really like the moon. The moon is really cool. They did an amazing job on all the environments here, which is weird to say because it's the moon. What do you think of the forest? Isn't it positively pleasant, simply sublime? This transcends as burying your face in a chocobo's plumage and taking a good long whiff. I didn't see any. Wait, you don't mean those crystals out there are... I couldn't see the forest or the trees. Right, our forest is made of crystals and constructs, guiding the landscape as far as the eye can see. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person, let alone a forest. Information sent by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. Thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as you'd find in the forest in Aetheris. This fountain here behind us, powered by the large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making the most spherical of spheres, and I must dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. Enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. Will you use like a stretch yourself? That's the spirit. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. Site worth many years building this place. Not too much to ask, there has always been a dream of mine to take a walk through the forest with someone from Aetheris. Could we maybe... Oh, you well? Oh, be still my quivering whiskers. He's such a nice guy. I feel like these slopes are a bit steep, though. They're so whimsical. I was thinking, Ren, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiac. There was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Heidelin gave us our first task. Furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. That was impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Heidelin shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. You can taste the rainbow crystal. What? No, I'm sure what it is you do with... I'm not sure what it is you do with crystals on Ethereus, but we don't eat them. Certainly not this one. It possessed of all 6 elements: wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because of Heidel's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Ethereus. Conjuring a fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them, for example. Simply put, the etheric conditions are ill-suited to growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, it's all necessary to keep the enraging energies of Zodiac in check. I do want to eat the crystals, they look like rock candy. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until active propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we started sooner. Who would have thought we'd need 4,000 years to make all this? It certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which won't be operational until hundreds of years later. Then there was that brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt, when a bizarre red satellite was set up from Ethereus, the Alliga's mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiac. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can't tell you how relieved we were when Hyla informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joy coming that day. So they were talking about Bahamut and Dalamon. Hey, do you notice anything particular about the treetops? Apart from the fact that they're massive crystals and not trees. If you hint, the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so better even. The sun and similar celestial objects in a great expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from that energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight. Or rather, a close approximation of it. So they're like sun lamps. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees of ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, the forest truly is the greatest. I feel really bad about what these guys are doing. There's something else I wanted to tell you about. Oh right, the propulsion systems and habitat facilities were completed about 200 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose 2,000 years ago, which was all well and good, except we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Ethereus. Why not go and visit Ethereus yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Where technologies or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the result could be disastrous. Then there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Heidelin. Fearful we may lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people on Ethereus we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. I like Growing Way. He's nice. With the exception of routine inspection and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited. Hopefully Heidelin would find someone who would help help us. Eventually she did, and though power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. We certainly didn't waste time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. I knew you would like the greatest Enzel, I knew it. Thank you again for coming here, by the way. I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it means a lot to me. There you are. Thinking you've already received the grand tour? A shame we missed it. Growing Way, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I'll be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you'd need me there. But if you insist, we won't be away long. So you are all more than welcome to continue looking around the burrow. Now come along, Growing Way. Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? Yeah. They spent 12,000 years preparing for this? With the appointed hour fast approaching, I certainly understand the restlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they're possessed of the world's most charming personalities or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will be met with a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There's another matter which yet begs for mine attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you'd like. Nay, that will not be necessary if you will excuse me. He's heading to that meeting, huh? It's clear now that difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Aetheris is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections, and I trust I'm not alone in my retinence. Is that the right word? Yes, I actually did choose the right word. Back to old tricks. Oh wow, look at that! It's Urianger in front of the evil chasm. Urianger seems strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. No one has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Stoll and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Yeah, he's back with consorting with people on the moon. What has changed? Not much, honestly. There he is. Heading towards the entrance of Bestaway Burrows. The question is, can I grab myself the ether current as I walk by? Looks like it's all the way over here is where the current is. I'm going to go grab the current before I go meet up with Urianger. Hello, Argos. No. Should be right around here somewhere, I think. Oh, it's up. Over there somewhere. Okay. That's what I thought. We would have seen it from through here. Range your ventures off into Mare Lamentorum for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully or else you sense your presence. Okay, we got a sneakerino. We got a stealth mission. Can he see us through here? I should play this questline as ninja. Just use hide, it would work. Worried about this. I had a feeling I moved up because he was across the bridge. I had a feeling he would still turn around afterwards. Don't turn around, don't turn around. Okay. Freaking scaring me. Duty complete. Nice.
Thine arrival is timely as ever.
Yeah.
Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume?
Yes, I did.
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity. When Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Minfilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation.
Whenever the voice actor for Oriange talks, I lock in. He's so good at conveying Oriange's character.
The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning. One which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Sometimes there's no right answer. Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Take heart and protect those you can, without we have the time to weigh the costs. Sometimes there's no right answer.
I am not alone in my discomfort, then?
Yeah.
'Tis surprising, though perhaps not. We Scions are wont to debate strategy at length, but are resolute and unwavering in execution. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly. I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of my own, a plan which we may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, there's no guarantee of success. This is the reason I set out alone, that failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yes, thou standest before me with proffered hand and open heart. It would be remiss of me to refuse thy amity. So I asked, wouldst thou join my endeavors? Setting things straight. I thank thee for accompanying me. It's a simple plan in truth. We shall not be long away from Bestoway Burrows. Difficult decisions must be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are of one mind in our desire to save the people of Ithyrus. To make clear our resolve to the Loporrits, I would offer them a gift, but is making doth require a most singular ingredient. There's so much stuff on the moon. Oh, but all this growing stuff is probably due to Zodiarc's power, like, leaking out. Abundance of fungi. Fungoi. Like, fungoi? An abundance of fungoi. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiarc's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by Numo, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. A magic requireth considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch whilst I perform the incantation? Eat some stuff up. Look at that, unveiled. Is it new? No, I need Void Shroud. Lemur's Scythe and Lemur's Life. Very interesting. Surveying the nearby area, you see no sign of potential threats. It would be a good opportunity to see how Urianger is faring. Fixated on his work. There, 'tis done. A magic ink. 1 ounce as a efficacious as crafted by the Numo. Whereas the occasion I would conjure mine own, but is nevertheless the most useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I played the Loporets will appreciate. Friend, Urianger, oh thank goodness, I thought you had been eaten or had perhaps fallen into a crater. Shola has been looking all over for you, Ren. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent, dire even. She was also quite clear she wishes to speak to Ren alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Urianger. But worry not, it so happens that we need your help with an errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestoway Burrows. Quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for us, for we poor little Loporets. And we would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. How about an extra pair of hands before I go and meet Shola? Oh no, that won't be necessary. Urianger's help should more than suffice. And I'm sure you don't want to risk getting on Shola's bad side by keeping her waiting. She seems prickly. Now off with you. Worry not, Ren. I shan't be long. Subterfuge. Wait. Oh, I didn't castle it fast enough. I could have picked up the ether current if I really wanted to. I was already up from the area. I could have just turned and gotten the current. There we go. We've been given the runaround. Oh, Ren, we thought you would be away for far longer. Yeah. In dire emergency, I said no such thing, but as you're here, I could have used your assistance with one small matter. Running Way, a companion of Growing Way, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. Problem, however, is determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he'd like to stop and rest, or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? But what's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here, maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice and... No? Well, if it's really that important, you could try using these balls of moose flesh, not to be confused with the other thing. Ahem, Running Way's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd. If you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Rude, but if it proves effective, then he was here in Greatest Endsvale when I last saw him. I'll split up and find him. Is this a playground? Wild. Target Running Way. Incessant chatter is what they said about Running Way. And also presumably oh, that's smart. If this is meant for a joke, it isn't funny. Are you actually running away? Yes, I am. Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? Oh, okay, jeez. Phrasing. I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. Ah, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? If we got time to look into the final days, there'd be so much to do before the voyage. It's true that Heidelin did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other Loperate around here, less probably. I don't know why anyone would think it'd be funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they'd better hope I don't get my paws on them. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but there's nothing else. I've work to do. And I'm off! Someone's been lying to us. Lying to us a whole lot, actually. I could find neither hide nor hair of him. How did you fare? I found him, but he said he wasn't an expert. So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growing Way? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it. I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. I'm afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Urianger? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace with Living Way. In Growing Way's sudden loss of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Urianger a hand. What? Now, hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me, yes. I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including pertaining to the final days. They're giving us the runaround. I got 2 more questions. Heart of the matter and returning home. And then I'm done with the 84 quests. You think I'll get the hat? Will I get the hat? Oh yes, it's the one right after this. Oh, what to do? What to do? I promised Living Way would help, but... I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the 2nd floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me. I expect the Lockerites are up to something, but if there's ought to be learned of the final days, I think it's best we play along, for now at least. His name is Moping Way. One, two, three, 4 blue quests. Yep. Once we're done here, we'll get flight on the moon. Is there a teleporter around here I can use? This, right? Where is the teleporter? Is it like an Ethernet shard? Oh, this guy's a cashier. Oh, there it is. This teleporter. Can't tell if it's faster or slower than walking. My computer is running super hot. I am pushing so much hot air into my room. It is a space heater. Archives are right through the store, but it seems to be locked. Guess we'll have to go and find whoever has the key. Throwing away, enough. If you've not else to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here as well, you know. Did you yourself not tell us that we must act quickly? Yes we did, but the moon was to be a perfect paradise for the people of Etheirys. We're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We'd hoped to see the wonders we have to offer, but you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, and so others must be kept here. So that's Living Way's game. Run us about in circles, and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the planet at risk. Everyone except Urianger. He understands what is at stake, what must be done. I fear you've misjudged us, Growing Way. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Etheirys and her reflections to their doom. Is there no way to avert the final days? If there is a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. People of Etheirys will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe and we'll finally get to see all their happy smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. Be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. Do they have formidable magics? If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. So we knock these ones down, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where our ghost awaits outside. Here we go. Void reaping. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know. Apparently, we have Grim Scythe and stuff. Yishtola. Yeah. Crazy work. Crazy work from these moon rabbits. I'm not surprised that they tried to keep us down in here, though. What is it? The Sharlians would abandon our star for the safety of everyone. Is Labyrinthos going to turn into a ship? I have a feeling it might. Good, you're here. We must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Urianger.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Etheirys and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Hey!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. It is clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loporrits were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe.
But they won't come.
If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit, and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Oh.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words.
Urianger really put his thought into it.
A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson.
Oh my gosh.
The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort.
Oh, they're starting to play the song again.
To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
The flower! It's glowing again! The flower. How came it into your possession? Eidolon led me to it. How very like her. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions. Intentions which remain a mystery even to us. In our time, they called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Atheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charleyan Forum, yes?
Yeah, everyone put it together. I'm glad that they foreshadowed it well.
What? How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
The instrumental version of the Endwalker song is so good. It's so good. Wow, everyone is here. Well, Growingway, I look forward to our next walk together. Puddingway, hello. It was a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink. To serve and serve well, though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without cure. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what needs must be done. but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, and all our fellow scions. When we next return to Aetheris, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirit. Okay. Last quest of 84. Right? Yeah, last quest of 84. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more in 10 more in 85, 87, 88, 89, 90. Absolutely crazy. Endwalker is so freaking good, it's insane. With the La Rapet's and Urianger's capable hands, we needn't worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the face of our earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let's return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. The Nether Gate. Exit through the Nether Gate. Forgotten how cold it was here in Garlemald, a testament to the Loperet's ingenuity that I felt no discomfort on the moon. As I scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. But we have time to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass, deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd very much like to know how everyone is getting on here as well. They'd only just begun to treat the tempered prisoners when we left. For your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. I speak not of only the contingent, of course. The heads of state of every nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where or in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, and so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed, though we may wish to stress the importance of discretion, lest the public be sent into panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, you can't Broken Glass. Now, where is everyone? Hi! Good news and bad news! Good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope? Yeah, Urianger's not here. We've done all we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell all about it. Before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the tempered inside of Babel, took many alive, but combined with those who are already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have been made difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, so we petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge and treatment. With the assistance of your fellow scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the tempered be relocated? No, not all, no. We shall have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment have begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Julius is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it is a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Alphino and Alice's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would have been with us today. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anna was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower had vanished. For Mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as you experienced in Thavnair. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten the endeavor, the beast tribes have received instructions in the magic needs to cure tempering. Master Montoya is no doubt thrilled the Mother Porksy affords her so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful for our ongoing efforts, as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after transfer of temperate has been completed. Lucia and I will remain, along with a small force to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Emperor may be no more, but there are yet those who call these lands home. I believe the accounts for recent events here, so what of the moon and the Talathroi? So the final days are coming and the world is going to end. Not great. Absolutely not. The final days. Gods, I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There's so much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course. I will send word forthwith. We also release your fellow Scions from their present duties, that they may return to Sharlayan. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow Scions, be happy to hear that Mistress Kryl, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldessian Annex and given into Chitaru's care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let's be on our way then. One last thing, if I may. After a confrontation with Zodiark, he said Xenos took his leave. In all likelihood, he has returned here to Garlemald. We managed to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first, I wish to ask if you believe there is any merit in doing so. Admirable feudal endeavor. If you're expecting a trail of destruction to follow, you won't find one. If they found him, they would not likely live to tell the tale. I suppose you're right. Dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast would be to send them to their deaths. Pray forget I entertained the notion. On the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, it is declared as Xenos Vivator Galvus, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. And Daniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he's not but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I will not keep you any longer. I pray you safe passage back to Sharlayan. Looks like we'll meet up at the Baldessian Annex again? Yeah. And now, my lovelies, my free teleport for my security token to the to Sharlayan. Ooh, I haven't been in Sharlayan in a while. Good to see you, and free from chilblains, I take it. We're pleased to know that everything's been kept in order since you've been away. I brought a few useful knickknacks with me from back home. But sooner than they arrived, I received word of Kryl in poor health. And you on the moon! If you meant to give me a fright, you succeeded. Welcome back, Ren. We were so terribly worried about you. Though it is plain I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologize. Hudlin called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate, and I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. Came after feels like a dream barely remembered, my body flowing through the life stream towards Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, it was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of ether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh, for it was in that moment I understood Raha's weariness of the Tower of Thought. But that I could laugh at a time like this. Though we prevented Zodiac from being unleashed upon the world, I'm curious to know what else took place there on the moon. We're waiting for everyone to meet up, yeah. Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before we give your account. Let's reconvene in the main hall once they've arrived. Woo! Absolutely wild story we're about to tell you. Watch. Series of cutscenes will play in sequence. Okay. Oh, thank goodness it's not that. Hello, everyone. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Not at all. We understand you've been quite busy. Will Urianger be joining us? No, he's elected to stay on the moon. Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid, though Ren can explain why better than I. Insane work. The final days as befell Emirat? And we are to escape via the moon? What of the source and its reflections? I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So, how do we stop this? Fortunately, we have no answers at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Emirat, the solution would be to alter the flow of ether throughout the entirety of the star. Ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiac, sacrificing half the star's population in the doing. But it should go without saying that such a sacrifice cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Emiratines could not accomplish. Fortunately, we found no clues in Mare Lamentorum. There is still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Emiratines' creation magics, but we command no such power, which invites a question: what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the Forum then. Having worked with the Loporrits in secret all this time, there is surely more they can tell us. Forgive the interruption, but I have urgent news. The Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside, some sort of announcement. What is Father up to now? There's only one way to find out. I guess they're going to announce the final days. Or something. Or join the spaceship to head to the moon. Why is it playing the evil music?
Order! Order, I say! I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan.
They wish to forsake the entirety of the star.
Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Talopheroi, and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders.
The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
Damn, they
I've
really
never heard
just
this
are
prophecy.
announcing it.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Oh, they're removing the mind wipe stuff for the forum.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well.
"270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom.
Oh, wow. Just going out and saying it like a crazy conspiracy theorist.
Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
Oh,
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
not very long.
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
I wonder if they're only saving the Sharlayan people.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Crazy work. They've just gone out and said it.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Keep it civil, eh?
I may look daggers at him, but I will neither speak nor draw them.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Yeah, we're already working with you, damn.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Sharlayan, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Ah, there it is. Small amount of mutual understanding, I presume.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Yeah, seems about right.
Bold words call for bold action. And there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Shall we then? To the Annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
Crazy work. The amount of stuff happening here in the story is crazy. Oh, Endwalker's really good. I don't know what else to say. It's a really good story. Carl tells me the forum made a rather momentous announcement, so there is to be a great exodus, is there? I'm reminded of my narrow escape from the island of Val, the realization, the running, the mixture of relief and regret after. Why me, I ask myself, why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over the cosmic morality or lack thereof. We're here, and we'll get through this together. Who knows, maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying for as much. Oh, but enough of my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits. Meanwhile in Garlemald. No? Visitors come knocking at your door. Whoever could it be? Oh, do you get to choose? Who would come visit? I think Alice and Graha are the biggest options. You know what? Let's go with Alice. I feel like she really does have like a kind of rivalry mentorship connection with the Warrior of Light.
Craving a midnight snack, were you? I did consider bringing a few sweets, but decided this wasn't an appropriate occasion.
I mean, it's the perfect time for a sweet treat, I think.
I couldn't sleep. Had a few things on my mind. I know it's late, so I'll try not to talk your ear off. It's Xenos. I keep thinking back to Garlemald when he'd taken control of your body. An altogether terrifying experience, to say the least. And one that served as a harsh reminder. No one, no matter how strong or quick or clever, is invincible. Not even you. And as much as it might seem at times that you are, one misstep, one mistake, and that's that. Which is why, even though I know you've heard it 1,000 times before, I'm going to tell you to take better care of yourself. Because you really, really should.
Oh.
It goes without saying that we're all committed to this fight. But that doesn't mean that we need to throw our lives away. You know how I feel about noble sacrifices. Right, that's settled. We'll be keeping the acts of gratuitous bravado to a minimum. When I looked father in the eye and swore we'd find a way to avert this tragedy, it wasn't a promise just for him. It was a promise for you, too.
Short while earlier in the Alamegan Quarter. Uh-oh. Hopefully nothing bad is going to happen. Oh, there's the red mage
guy.
guy.
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsebar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. all the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum, too. But is it true they brought back tempered Garlean soldiers?
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Meanwhile, in Ishgard... Uh-oh. Everything is happening. Oh, there's the Grudu.
Another day,
and
another
Ehrenfeld.
mission of paramount importance. Oh, what have we here?
Is this how the final days are happening?
Hey, are you all right? Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more. The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. And yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
Ooh, baby. Uh-oh, what the heck is happening in Thavnair? Yeah, let's head to the room. Oh my goodness. Wow, the music is super foreboding. We have completed the quest higher. Anyway, that'll be it for today's stream. Jeez. Story's awesome, but my goodness. A lot of stuff happened on the moon. Anyway, thank you all for sitting through like 3 hours of me playing Endwalker. That was all of the 84 quests. Next time we play, we'll probably be level 85. Ooh, boy! Let me get my promotional stuff out of the way. If you enjoyed, on TikTok, please consider dropping a like and a follow and checking me out on YouTube and Twitch. If you are on Twitch, please consider also dropping a follow. And if you're on YouTube, please consider hitting the 4 YouTube buttons. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell if you want to catch more streams. My streams are usually scheduled by Monday mornings on the YouTube channel page and the Twitch schedule page, so you can check those out to see what's upcoming for the week. All my streams are archived on the YouTube channel and VODs are on Twitch if you want to go back and watch them. Or if you're watching it on the playback now, hi, hope you had a great time. Anyway, I really enjoyed Endwalker so far. Endwalker's absolutely insane. It's great. It's crazy. I really like it. It's really cool. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you had a great time. Have a great rest of your morning, night, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. This is your Captain Ren Clomos signing off. Goodbye, Shaw Marauders, and stay dreaming!